Alright, now that I got it all cleaned up, we're going to go ahead and put it back together, finally. Let's see here. Okay, so just want to make sure the pinion's nice and clean. So obviously you got your bearing on there ready. I got the races installed. So then basically you just slide your pinion in there, put your crush washer on, and then your outer bearing, and then you use your yoke to press it in place. You want to go ahead and do that before you put the gasket on there. I can't even see this. One more time. Crush washer, then the outer bearing. Then you press the outer bearing onto the shaft here. You want to do that before you put the seal on the yoke there, or for the yoke, so that way you don't ruin your seal. Crush it down, get it nice and tight, and then pull your yoke back off, install your seal, and then go ahead and do your final torquing till you get your proper specs. Proper specs for this would be, I believe it's like 210 foot-pounds or 20 to 30 inch-pounds of force needed to turn the nut on the pinion itself. So that's what we're shooting for. If I can get 210 and 20 to 30 inch-pounds, that'd be great. But that's what we're going to go ahead and do. Make sure you lube up your bearings first. Obviously, put some lube on there before you start doing anything. So then you're just asking for problems. Alright, you can go ahead and pause it, bud. Oh, no. Not yet. Not yet. I'm going to go ahead and slip this in. Go ahead and put some lube on there. Brand new bearings, you just want to make sure you get it all nice and lubed up. And just slide her in there. No big deal. It's definitely not going to stay. Alright, let's go around the other side and show you how she's done. Hopefully. Right, now we got our bearing out here in the front, got the yoke poking through a little bit. Let's go ahead and put a little bit of lube on there. Now you want to reach around here. Pass my hammer, bud. Yeah, hammer. Yep. Trying to get it through enough to get the nut on there. Man, I hate working on the floor like this. I have a mid-rise lift. If you had a full lift, I mean, it's night and day at that point. But me, I'm stuck with a mid-rise lift, so I guess it's a lot better than doing it on the floor. Alright, I put those two bolts in there so I can put this pry bar in here and I'll be able to turn, tighten the bolt with, without trying to go triangle shape that yoke bouncing around everywhere. Now I'm going to just take it out and put the washer on there. I didn't have enough threads to get the washer on there, so put the washer on there, continue cinching it down. Basically what you're doing right now, for those that don't know, you're just pressing that outer bearing onto the yoke, the shaft of the yoke, and then that will sandwich the yoke as it needs to be. Sandwich the two bearings together, holding it all together. As you can see, it's starting to get tight again. Nowhere near where it should be, but it's starting to. It's pretty loose still, but it's on there. So now we will go ahead and use the gun. Pull this off, put the sill on. Then we will try to achieve our goal of 20 to 30 inch-pounds of lash or 210 foot-pounds of torque. Whatever we can achieve without this locking up on us. That's the goal. Alright, a nice big socket would work great for installing this here sill, but I don't have one. So I'm just going to try to tap it around the edges ever so gently. This is not recommended. Warp this sill, and then how's it supposed to seal? And then I put a very liberal amount of right stuff on here, silicone, just to make sure it seals. Definitely don't want to have to do anything over again. And wasted a bunch. That's way too much. But it's alright. That worked out great. Sometimes it don't. If you got a cheap sill, metal's real flimsy, it just crush. It won't even press in there like that with the hammer, and it crush. So you need a decent sill in order to do that there, like I just did. But Yeah. Use the gun on this. So I'm not able to get enough leverage under here, so I'm just using my gun. I know people are screaming right now, but there's more than one way to get it done. See, I'm still quite a ways away from my goal here. It's definitely not the best, but it's going to work for sure. Don't you worry about it. Got a little too gangster with it, for sure, with the gun, but it'd be alright. So I have it set on 30 right now, which is at the high side, but since I went too far, I backed it off, which isn't a good thing. You don't want to do that. But whatever. Let's just crank it down a little more. Tell you what, that is night and day though from the crap I had before. It was, you know, the bearings were so bad, it was just with no driveline force or nothing, just sitting here spinning it just like this. So this feels awesome. Let me check it out again. Oh, so close. We'll call that 30. And not quite, but let's get this bad boy installed first. We'll scoot a little closer. All right. Alright, we're going to go ahead and cut here. I'm going to set up the dial indicator. Get the mash adjusted out.